Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about our big challenge that's coming up. We're probably going to move the date from the 20th of September, so stay tuned. It's going to be a little bit later, might even be into October, because we've got a lot of stuff, great stuff going on, and we want to make sure to bring you the best product that we can. So be on the lookout for that. Today, I want to talk about the empowerment conversation. And what I want to talk about there is human beings, myself included, in order for us to take action, right? Is that, it's either there's enough pain that we're like, okay, I cannot take this anymore, I've got to do something different, or the lure of pleasure or positive draws us to something. And unfortunately, studies show that by and large, we are much more motivated by the pain part. People get conditioned, especially, and it's kind of sad what happens to us if we're in abusive situations, if we have low self-esteem because we were told we're not good enough sometime before the age of 8 years old, and we believe those stories. So we tend to stay in that space of unbelief. I remember when I was growing up, I took some grief from people in my neighborhood because I aspired to do more. And, they'd call you names and they'd say, oh, you think you're so good and all that kind of stuff. Well, it's just misery loves company. When people see you going to do something more, it's not so much that they're against you. It's like they're saying, dang, if he or she is going off to do something more, I don't have an excuse, because they're in the same environment that I am. They have the same opportunity that I do. So it kind of, that's where the whole misery loves company comes from. So when I talk about the empowerment discussion, it's something that we use, and thank you, Nick and Megan Unsworth, for sharing that. I'm not going to go into it in big detail, but the empowerment discussion is really, it's a discussion where we talk about, okay, what is it that you aspire to do? What is it? Let's talk about it, right? Let's provide the environment where you can talk about what you truly aspire to do. Like, what is your big dream? What is your God-given dream? What is it that if you just close your eyes, forget about how in current circumstances, this is what you'd want to do. This is what you'd want to speak into the world. This is what you would want to provide the world. This is how you'd want to change the world. So you go through that. And again, we provide that kind of environment where you're not judged. People are for you. They're in harmony with you. So people, like, that's fully expected that you can speak into that dream, no matter how crazy it sounds. Like my big dream, love places and spaces, transformation centers all over the world, where people's lives will be transformed by God, because their minds can be freed up from all this world crap when they go into transformation center, whether it be virtual or a space, a physical space. They're going to know they're in a special place, and it'll make it easier. They'll be more open to God doing the transformational work that only He can do through them and in them. Beautiful. So that's a big dream all over the world, right? Yes. Okay, so the empowerment discussion talks about, all right, so, like, what would it mean to you? One of the questions, I'm not going to give you all the questions. What would it mean to you if you accomplished that? Whoo, man, think about it. Like, for me, it would mean everything. Everything. If I could accomplish that through our community, again, I'm not going to do it on my own. That's why I need a community. Nothing great ever happened with one. If I can accomplish that through our community, with our community, if we can accomplish that, holy cow, it would be amazing. I would be like, oh my gosh, I just can't even imagine the tears of joy and the shouts of, just, oh my goodness. And then, another question is, all right, What if you don't accomplish it? Woo! Yeah, that's the one that's even more motivating. It's like, dang, if I don't accomplish it, like, what's my life for? What did I go through all the hardships and struggles and things for if it wasn't for this? What's in my gut? What is driving me here? These transformation centers. I'll be like, dang, was my life just a waste? Right? So, big stuff. And then you talk about how it's going to impact other people and those close to you in the world and everything else. And then what's preventing you from taking action against it? What resources are you lacking? There's 4 major resources that everybody cites. I'm not going to go through them, but you can imagine it. Just think about that yourself. What is holding you back? What resources are you lacking from going after that big dream, that big aspirational vision that you have? And it's got to be big. You guys don't give me, I want to retire and whittle or fish or golf or, I mean, come on, that's fine. But that's not aspirational. Well, it may be for you. I shouldn't say that. If that's aspiring to you, then it's good. We're just not the right community for you. That's all. There's probably other communities that people are like, yeah, let's go do that. Let's do the golfing and whittling thing. That's great. Go for it. Go for it. We're not your community. And we're not called to be everything for everybody. We're called to serve the kingdom in a big way. Specific entrepreneurs, coaches, people who realize there's something more for them. So the empowerment discussion is something that you will have a chance to take part in our challenge. So you guys, be on the lookout. Sign up for the challenge. Register for the challenge. It's completely free. And it's going to give you such insight into what your purpose is, your vision. It's going to start you on that path. And it's going to give you a way to engage in our community, in our Life Transform community in a big way. Right? Getting out of isolation into this community, because beyond this community is freedom to express who God designed you to be. All right, you guys, take care. We'll see you on the next installment of our Email Blast.